next use for apostrophes will be with contractions. What are contractions? What does this word, what does contraction mean?
When you combine two words together?
When you combine two words together, okay. So, for example, here's a contraction, right? It's. What does that mean?
It is.
It is, okay? So, in English, we can use contractions to put two words together. In your language, do you have contractions like this? Raise your hand. Contractions? No contractions? Okay, but in English, we do. All right, so we can show, attach it with a verb, like a pronoun in a verb. What else can we show a contraction? We can show, what does this show? Right, but what does it show? Am I showing a subject and a verb together? No, what am I showing? Negative, right? So whenever we see this, we know it means what? Not. Okay. All right, so we can either attach a subject with the verb to be, or we can show not. All right, so, or what does this mean?
Would or had.
Oh, very good. So it can actually mean two things, right? He'd buy a car if he could. Well, for example, he'd better buy a new car, right? He had better buy a new car. Okay, so this could either signal had or would. If you're looking at the top of page 216 for years, all right, so it says in informal English, an apostrophe sometimes replaces the first two numbers in a year. So, what does this mean? The class of '04, what does that mean? The class of 2004. And when we talk about the class of 2004, it means what? What does that mean to you? The person... What did the person do in 2004? The person graduated. The person graduated in 2004. So you could say the class of '04, okay, and put the apostrophe because you're leaving out these two numbers, okay? And what about, for example, the music of the 80s? What does that mean?
That was really cool and popular.
That's your opinion, okay? But what does the 80s mean?
Years.
What year?
Start from
1980s. Okay. All right. So the 1980s. So we're missing the one in the 9. Okay. All right. Any problem with that, with years? All right. Let's move on to the next section, which is the last part of apostrophes that's in the book, is apostrophes with special plurals. Okay, not regular ones, but special ones. Okay, so for example, if someone said this to you, have you ever heard of this expression? Make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's. So if I say make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's, it means you have to be what?
Option for you. For chosen the way.
Careful. You have to be careful. Maybe you're signing some kind of important contract or document. So that means, so yes, when the business is done, it's like everything's done and all the I's are crossed or no, all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Because this is an I, right? Now I'm dotting the I, I'm crossing the T. But when we're trying to talk about the letter I, and we want to make it plural, this is what we say, I's. And if we want to make the letter T plural, okay, then we say T's. But how, we're not going to spell it like that, right? Because that means this. So how do I know it's a plural I? I show it, I'm not showing possession, I'm showing plural in letters, okay? I's, T's, okay. So like, for example, sometimes, a person has the name Anna, right? So if I want to write the name Anna, I might ask the person, how many N's in Anna, right? Because maybe it's this, or maybe it's this. So I would say, how many N's in Anna? So that's how I make the plural of a lowercase letter. Does everyone understand that? Okay? All right. So what about if I'm talking about a grade? So what's the grade you want to get in your class? What letter grade? A, right? Okay. So you want to get an A. So maybe we go by points, but maybe in your class the teacher gives you a letter grade. So you could say, how many A's have you gotten so far this semester? Oh, I've gotten 5 A's so far on my exam.